Hello, Rob here from the Flanagan Homestead. Welcome to episode 5 of our Hobbit house build. Today's episode is about something that is very important, but not so glorious and fun and exciting. But we are sealing the outside walls of our cinder block walls and putting drain rock to drain the water out from underneath. So this is, like I said, not exciting and fun, but it is something that is very important. This is a structure that people are going to be living in, sleeping in, and water and rain, it's underground and water and rain is coming down. We need to be able to make sure that the water does not penetrate and come inside the building. So this is what we did. We're on to the waterproofing phase of our Hobbit house on the outside of the cinder block walls. This wall is not going to be waterproof because it's outside, it's not going to be underground, but the other 3 walls are. The product I'm using, I didn't shop around or anything. I have a friend at the church that owns Rock Solid Waterproofing Company, and he said use this, so I just did. So it's a Trimco product, Trim-Proof 250 GC, and it says it's a rapid curing polyurethane product. I'm supposed to put on 1 gallon per 25 square feet approximately. Then while it's still wet, we're going to roll this fabric into it, press it into it. It will hold it in place there, and then we're going to let this dry overnight and then come back tomorrow and put 1 gallon per every 25 square feet over it again tomorrow. Well, I opened up the first bucket. As I was opening it up, I noticed that it wasn't sealed all the way. And then when I tried to get into it, obviously I'm not putting this on with a roller. This is dried out, so I am down to the 2 buckets that weren't open in the past. I don't have any room to margin for error because I need approximately 1 gallon for the first coat. I mean 1 5-gallon bucket for the first coat and 1 for the second. I knew this was going to be messy, but I did not know it was going to be this messy. Roll off. I have a few dips in the mortar where it doesn't fit in as easily. I suppose that that's why we're putting the fabric on. It'll seal over that gap, and then we put another layer of this on, and that'll make it so it won't leak through there. 2 walls have the tar or whatever you want to call it on it. I am now I still need to do the 3rd one, but before this is dried some but not too dry, I'm supposed to stick this fabric on it. It's supposed to absorb some of it, but not all of it. You should see, if my understanding is correct, some black soaking through, but not in all of it. I'm gonna put this 1 brick from the top and try to roll it out like this. So again, sorry for the camera angles. I'm having difficulty working with this stuff. Or not working with it, but I just don't want to be handling the cameras. So now if I just press this in there, I'm probably going to bring my roller back and roll over the top of it. Not to put any more sealer on, but just to press this tight against the wall. Although with my gloves on in my hands, this seems to be doing pretty good. Well, day 1 of sealing, waterproofing the cinder block walls is done, and so I've just finished cleaning up. And when I say cleaning up, I mean throwing almost everything away. This tray is going to be used again and then be thrown away. I'll just throw away the rollers, too hard to clean up. I didn't bring a lot of stuff for cleaning up, and so I got my hands reasonably clean just because I had some gasoline in my pickup for my wood splitter, and then I touched my truck where there is some stuff, and now I got some more sealer on there. Like I said, I just can't do a project like this without getting messy. I think most people would anyway, and it's all over my jeans as well, or my work pants. So yeah, these were getting a little bit old and getting some holes in them anyway, so sorry if I'm staring in the sun, but it's about time for me to get some new ones. My sweatshirt I took off because there's no way I could get it in my pickup and drive home with this, especially my elbows rested in so much material that I'll rest my elbows in the truck and make a mess. So I'm just going to leave this here, let it dry off, and when I put the second coat on tomorrow, I'll put my sweatshirt on to keep it off of everything else, wear these same pants, and they will probably be retired. Alright, day 2 of putting the sealer on the cinder block walls. This should go a lot faster today. I just have to put the sealer on the wall, and I don't have to put a fabric on it. The fabric's already there. So I'm hoping that this goes much quicker. Okay, wall number 1 is already done, about 20 minutes, which is going a lot faster than yesterday. I think I was here for over 3 hours yesterday. But second day at coat of sealer done. I'm happy to have this done. We'll take a quick look at the wall here. You can see the dark black on the walls, and it's going to be buried here. I have already cleaned up my hands, my tools that I want to save, and then I'm trying to get out of here before I make too big of a mess. So this old brush is going to be thrown away. There's lots of tools that are going to be thrown away. Buckets, jugs. I will clean these up later. But a lot of this stuff, the pan's obviously going to. A lot of this stuff I'm just throwing away, but if I touch it, it's going to get more on me, and I'm going to end up getting it on my truck or other valuable stuff. So I'm just going to walk away, let this stuff dry up. I've got a huge mess around here. I'll come back this weekend and have a cleanup day after all this stuff is dried and hardened, and it won't stick to me. All right, we're on to putting the drain rock around my house, or the Hobbit house. I don't need a full truck load, so I got my dump trailer, and they're going to give me 2.5 yards here at the local yard in town. All right, after picking up the rock, I stopped by the local hardware store. They had, fortunately, perforated pipe. I was hoping for a 50-foot roll, but they had 100 or 10-footers. And sometimes it pays to just buy the bigger roll than have extra, but they gave me a deal on the smaller ones, so I definitely saved. I've got 5 sticks. I probably won't need all 5 sticks. They said just bring one back if you don't need it. And it is so true. It's better to have it there than to be 15 miles upriver working on a project and realize you need one more stick and having to stop and run back down. So I've got it all ready to go. Okay, my plan is very simply to take the buckets out from the Ranger, and I'm going to bring them inside the Hobbit house and then just pour them over the wall. Right here, everything is laid nice and flat. I'm going to put a thin layer on everything, working my way around, pushing this in where it's out too far, and working my way this way with just a small layer of drain rock, and then we'll pile it up and get over a foot all the way around it. All right, I've got 50 feet. I probably only need 40 feet of 3-inch perforated drain pipe. So if you don't know what perforated is, it has holes in it. So we're gonna lay this down at the bottom of the wall, below the bottom of the wall, actually down at the level of the bottom of the footings. And then we're gonna put drain rock on top of it. Any water that gets in will go through the drain rock. There will be a landscape fabric over the top of this to keep mud out. And then if it works its way all the way down to the footings, it'll fill up this pipe and be able to convey itself out to the other end. I got my favorite shovel for narrow trenches, my trenching shovel. This one's 4 inches wide, so we're going to be putting it down. All right, there you have it. I have the Hobbit house now backfilled on top of drain rock and fabric. I took a hose and hosed out the floor here to get the major chunks of mud out, and the Hobbit house is probably going to sit here for several months during the winter now while I build trusses inside the shop, and then be ready to come back out here and put them on in the spring. Hopefully this dirt will settle in and pack during the winter pretty good, so that when I after I build everything else and put the roof on top and then put soil on top of that, this is already packed, so there's not a whole lot of sloughing and sliding, which would put compromising stress side to side on the Hobbit house. Anyway, thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching and cleaning horticulture is my job, and outdoor projects like this Hobbit house are my passion. Hope to see you again soon. Be blessed, everyone.